Hey guys, Neo here from Back to Warcraft. Blizzcon is pretty much over. The Warcraft 3 Reforged panel has happened, and we have all the news for you that we gathered across the past 2 days. We talked to a lot of developers, we talked to a lot of people in the scene who had interviews. We had interviews with people and group meetings where we got to learn a lot about Reforged, the release, the beta, and pretty much everything revolving our beloved game. So after a year of silence, we got the beta last week with Undead and Human. That will be expanded to Undead on Tuesday. That is 3 days from now. We have seen a Destroyer, we have seen a Lich, so there was a little bit of information there. Night Elf will be following 2 weeks later, depending on how well the Undead performance is and if there need to be tweaks or something, but Night Elf will be coming very, very soon. The editor will be part of the beta, as well as 3-on-3, 4-on-4, and FFA. Especially 3-on-3 and FFA were mentioned on the panel today, so that should be rather quick as well. How to get access to the beta? You can either be a pre-purchaser of Warcraft 3 Reforged. You will have access in max 2 weeks is I think what they said, or you have the virtual ticket, but whoever got the virtual ticket will be last to get into the beta. So the SD graphics will be enabled as well. A couple of people were worrying because that is not part at the moment, but there's going to be some testing for the SD content as well. Warcraft, as we know and love it. About the real release, Matt Morris confirmed it in a group interview that the release of Warcraft 3 Reforged is still in 2019. It's not going to be delayed until 2020. We will have it by the end of the year. That gives them around 2 months to fix and polish everything. And then Warcraft Reforged will be on our computers playable. A bummer about the release of Warcraft 3 Reforged is there's no ranked ladder for the release. Pretty similar as it was to StarCraft Remastered, sorry. It's going to be a little bit of a Wild West. There will be matchmaking. There's going to be online multiplayer, of course, but no new leagues that we expected as we have them in StarCraft, Bronze, Silver, Grandmaster stuff. That is all not set in stone yet. This will not be part of the initial release. It will be part of the first big update. How they handle the league system, we weren't told. We don't know. They probably don't know. What will be part of the release is all the campaigns that you know from Reign of Chaos, all the campaigns that you know from the Frozen Throne, and the bonus campaign, Rexxar, as well. Multiplayer, of course, custom games will be part, so all of that is in Reforged. It's pretty similar to the StarCraft Remastered build for the release. That's what they were referring to multiple times. As of yet, we don't know about a launch event. We asked, no one said us anything, so I would not expect a big launch event that they had for StarCraft Remastered. For the multiplayer, we reported on Twitter that they are aiming for balance patches every 3 months and every map rotation every month. That did not get confirmed by Matt Morris, so maybe they're aiming for it, but they didn't want to confirm it to us. They are aware of certain balance problems. There's a new guy at Blizzard who was at the panel as well, who took over the balance. It's not Matt Morris anymore. The meme is dead. He seemed to be well aware of what's happening. So the Mountain King got addressed. Several matchups got addressed, like Human versus Night Elf. That felt really good. Like, they know their issues and they will most likely fix it. There's not going to be a big balance patch before Reforged or with Reforged. There's going to be a small update addressing a couple of issues, but yeah. Same goes for Esports. We asked a lot of people, is there something big coming? No one said anything. A lot of people said they're very interested in Esports, and of course we as a competitive broadcasting channel are super interested into competitive Warcraft 3. Apparently, according to several guys here, a lot of people from media asked about Esports, and there's big interest, but from Blizzard's side we haven't heard anything. What we know is that there is an observer mode in the works. It's very early though, so don't expect it to come with the launch. They pretty much have a lot of sketches and mock-ups, and it will be part of a bigger patch most likely in the future. Zooming out for observers was confirmed. I asked if there's tutorials for new players, for example, build orders or creep routes. That is not in their heads. It's not planned for the release to help new players do something or help them get into the game. For the campaign, A lot of people will be interested into the campaign, of course. It is regarded as a bridge for World of Warcraft players to get, like, it's a prequel, pretty much. They are catering a lot to the World of Warcraft fans. There's even going to be a super noob mode for the World of Warcraft players that was addressed at the panel as well. Last year in the culling, we saw a new way of displaying the cutscenes with the Dreadlord. You might remember that. That's scratched, as far as we know. They will go back to the original way of displaying the cutscenes. Of course, remaster them, maybe some new camera angles, maybe some new lighting, but they won't redo them all, as far as we heard it here. Also, new voice actors are scratched. We will get the original lines, most likely remastered as well, but no new voice lines, no new voice actors to align it with World of Warcraft, for example. So, about additional campaign content, there's various information. Like Polygon published an article yesterday that this will not happen. At the panel, they hinted towards that. So, I guess there is something, but not too much. So you shouldn't have too high expectations about that. There is new music though, so for all the fans of music, there's gonna be new stuff. No new stuff is coming for races. There will be 4 races: Orc, Human, Undead, Night Elf, of course. A Naga race is not planned at all. Same goes for the 12 unit selection that we have in Warcraft 3. Melee will still use the 12 units. For custom games, there might be options in the future, but at the moment it's just the 12 player, and it stays that way. Staying that way is the current UI you see in the meta. We had a differing UI at Blizzcon last year, which was a lot more minimized and modern, kind of like Dota-esque. We will keep the old UI for playing, also for the launch. So this will be something that stays. Maybe in the future is going to be another thing, but the UI stays. A thing that was very surprising to me is that there's no plans for monetization for map makers. Like in China, you as a map maker can upload your map. You can say, okay, you get skins for a couple of bucks and you can use that skin in my map. Not planned for Reforged at all. It's $1 million market in China, so I'm really curious why they scratched that. But it's not happening. And a tiny bit at the end, they changed a little bit of stuff at the world editor as well. New features, making it easier to make maps. And one thing they specifically mentioned was to locate spawning positions. So the close spawn turtle rock could be a thing of the past. That is all we know about Reforged. There's a couple of Night Elf pictures, a couple of Undead pictures, a cinematic that was shown at the very end. It was a very short one. You can find it on our Instagram, as well as all the pictures on our Twitter as well. We live tweeted. You can catch up with the news if you want that in a written format. And yeah, we're going to put out some interviews on this channel. And so far, that's all the news there is about Reforged here from Blizzcon 2019. My name is Neo. Hope you enjoyed the coverage. Stay tuned.